everybody, welcome back to Serene Teaching in San Diego. I'm Jane Lee. Happy New Year! One of the things that we miss the most during this pandemic is probably having a nice cup of coffee or tea with our friends at our favorite coffee shops. I miss it so much. And so I decided to interview the founder of my favorite coffee shop in the entire San Diego. The coffee shop is called Copa Vida, and it means a cup of life. Isn't it nice? And the founder of Copa Vida is Steve Chang. Let's meet Steve Chang. Okay, Mr. Chang, thank you so much. Welcome to our show. Yay!
Hi, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. So how are you coping with COVID-19? Things are going worse, and I'm sure that your business is also very much affected. How's it going?
It's been difficult. I mean, even this interview itself, we were hoping to do together in person at the coffee shop, but because of the new rules that came down with no in-room dining and even restrictions on outdoor dining, we've had to schedule this on Zoom. So I'm sorry I can't share a cup of coffee with you while we're talking, but
I really miss it.
Yeah, and then that's been what's been hard since COVID hit in March. We've had to change our business model 3-4 times. So whenever it's not just simply moving things in and moving things out and furniture, that part's easy, but the number of staff I put on schedule that day changes whether we have seating or not. If we're doing only delivery, it's a smaller group of people I can bring in. If we're doing outside service or inside service, the number of people I have to have on schedule has to be really impacted. Inventory never changes fast enough to deal with the reality of the changing customer quantities that come in. So we end up throwing away a lot of ingredients and wasting things, which really breaks my heart because I hate waste. Those are the really difficult things.
So did you have to downsize your business by any chance?
Yeah, in 8 years of doing this business, the worst day of those 8 years was when I had to call about 50 employees and let them know that they were being furloughed. So we had the option to either lay off or furlough because we closed by state mandate half of our locations, more than half actually.
How much maybe portion of people do you still have?
Yeah, so we're at 40% of what we had before as staff.
Wow. What kept those 40% of your employees still in their position? How were they different? What are their, maybe competitive factors?
Yeah, that's a great question. It wasn't easy trying to decide, but we went with a set of criteria. The first was, what are the positions that are critical to being open? So for example, general manager and assistant managers and lead cooks and lead shift leads, or the critical ones, because without them we can't be open anyway. So we looked at what the critical positions were, and then we looked at seniority. How long have they been with the company the most? And then the third criteria was giving the option to the person we were asking back whether they wanted to come back or not. For some people, they did not want to come back because they were worried about their personal safety, which is understandable. And then for others, the hours that we were able to give back wasn't the full-time hours that they had before. And so for them, it made more financial sense for them to stay on unemployment at that point than to try to come back. Yeah, which is totally understandable.
Yeah. So what kind of tips or wisdom would you like to share with the next generation?
Yeah. When I graduated from college, the economy in Southern California was really bad. The aerospace industry had just kind of fallen down, and the real estate market was really down. So my friends and I had a hard time finding jobs when we graduated as well. It was a very big struggle for us. In fact, I would say about 80% of my friends don't do the work in the major that they study. Most of them ended up going into IT because IT technology sector was booming. So everybody looked for jobs in a different area. They all had to shift gears. But I would say this to people who are just graduating and people are looking at opportunities. With every conflict and every crisis that I've ever seen, there's also great opportunity. So if you won't see yourself stuck in just one way. So even with coffee business, during COVID, a lot of shop owners had to close, but a few others started shifting. They moved into doing online wholesale. They moved into direct-to-consumer sales. We started working on canned cold brew. We got the courage to do that because we knew
I think
the
that's
business
fascinating.
wasn't gonna look the same anymore. So we have to change.
Yeah.
And I think people who are seeing just crisis and feeling burdened by that, you're going to have a hard time. But if you start looking for an opportunity in that crisis, there's always something.
Wow.
I'm a history major in undergrad.
Oh, wow.
But one of the things I know about Korean history, and I know very little, is that a lot of the big corporations started right after the war because these men saw opportunity where other people only saw crisis.
Right.
And so it's that. Do you have a willingness to change? Do you have a willingness to pivot? Do you have a willingness to look for opportunities in conflict? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's very important, right?
What we really embrace isn't to try to say we're going to make the best coffee in the world. That's meaningless to me because coffee is so subjective to everybody's different taste. What's great for someone in Italy might not be very good for somebody in South Korea, different from somebody in Australia. So the idea of creating the best coffee didn't make a lot of sense to me. So what we wanted to start off to do was to create a coffee shop where community can develop. And the reason I believe in that is I think out of all the places that I've been to, coffee shops are the best places where people get together and talk and meet.
That's true.
Community is very important to me. Right. When I first came to America as a Korean American, I could tell when I walked into some restaurants where I was not welcome. You know, and
that happens.
Yeah, the menu I don't understand, the language I didn't understand. So there was a lot of already impact there. But I could also tell when I walked into some place and they were very welcoming, and those places were very special to me. We focus heavily on training our staff to help develop community through being welcoming and approachable, helping to create an understanding that we build community one cup at a time, one conversation at a time, one plate at a time. This is how we connect.
So do you speak some Korean?
I do, yeah.
When did you come to US?
I immigrated when I was 8. So I went to first and second grade in Korea. My parents came here in 1978.
Oh, I see.
And it was a very difficult transition, but I think it was when I was 14 years old, I woke up one morning and I realized I was dreaming in English.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
Call ourselves, 1.5 generation.
Right.
So we're kind of half here and half there. Yeah. So my Korean is what I would say is more of junior high school level. 되게 서툴어요. So 발음도 좀 틀리고 그래서.
네, 아니 잘하시는데요.
We actually have plans for 3 more in 2021. 2 are in San Diego. Yeah.
What about the other one?
We're looking at Glendale as a potential location as well. And so we have some brands that are coming up, some opportunities that are coming up in different parts, but we're also looking into Orange County as well.
So that was Steve Chang, the founder of Copa Vida in Southern California. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like the video today, don't forget to like it and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. And I hope all of you would have a wonderful new year. Bye-bye.